Now, Isaiah Sharp with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Taking another quick look from downtown Boise, temperature sitting nice and cool into the 30s. We are expected to drop into those 20s, and honestly, highs not going to get too much more higher than this. We're going to sit firmly into the 30s across the board, and there is a potential of snow on the way for the weekend. We'll talk about that more coming up in a few moments, but we got to talk about some major weather events that are happening in the southern region of our state in California. And as you can see, here's the active wind situation over Los Angeles. As you can see, 63 miles per hour right over the top of where the Palisade fire is burning. And as you can see, a lot of smoke is being pushed into the Pacific Ocean on top of that as well. Like I mentioned earlier, over 2,900 acres burned, over 30,000 people evacuated. That on top of the Eaton fire that's burning fairly close by as well. You can actually see it just past or just behind Altadena, and that is another location that is being evacuated right now. And so situation is not looking too great with all of these high winds, gusts potentially reaching up into the triple digits, which that would be considered a Category 2 hurricane if it were to reach that. 96 miles per hour and up is as high as it gets when it comes to a Category 2. So it'd be impressive to see. Over 100,000 people have lost power. You have to imagine on top of all of this wind, knocking over trees, knocking down power lines, potentially sparking other regions as well. People losing power on top of that too. So this situation just not getting any better. We'll keep an eye out for it as the Los Angeles area is really dealing with an intense situation with all of these high winds coming from this jet stream that is just to the north of them. Red flag warnings all the way down the coastline, or at least high wind warnings in some areas. All of these expected to last until at least Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So going into the night, firefighters are going to be fighting the situation and going to be having to deal with really, really high winds on top of that as well. Let's take a look at what's causing this. I mentioned that jet stream that's coming from the north, coming straight down into California, and on part of that too, this low pressure system right here, not producing a lot of rain for the Los Angeles area. As you can see, most of that precipitation is happening over the Arizona area. That low pressure system is turning counterclockwise, and then this high pressure ridge is turning clockwise, just shooting all of this air right into that area. And that is not the best situation, especially when there is an active fire. Let's move on up to the Gem State because we also have a high pressure ridge that's keeping things nice and clear and dry for us. But you can see all of that wind that is being produced for the Twin Falls region and then going straight through Nevada down to Southern California, making situations not that great. But this high pressure ridge is going to be our reality for the next couple of days. Conditions looking really nice. Clear skies are expected, and this is the current situation right now. Not a lot of activity, and this is going to continue on going into this weekend, but going into Friday might potentially see a little bit of a shift. So clear skies are expected, a little bit of cloud coverage expected to bounce here and there, but going into Friday afternoon, that's when the potential of snow is going to increase. A light dusting might be expected, and some stuff might stick to the valley floor. And then going into this weekend, more clear skies expected. The Magic Valley region, though, going into Monday morning might potentially see a little bit of activity. We'll pay attention to it, but that's not going to happen until this weekend. Going into tomorrow, consistent 30s across the board. Foggy skies are expected to start out the day, and conditions are going to be foggy going into tomorrow and the next day after that. But 30s across the board. Conditions staying nice and cool here. As you can see, 38 3 days in the row, going Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And take a look at some of these lows as well. As you can see, getting up to 27, 24, and then dropping into the low 20s as well. But pretty consistent 30s across the board. Nice skies expected as well. So pretty docile conditions here in Idaho.